Hello, hello, everyone. Welcome to Kiki and Kibbitz. It's me, Mary, and I am here today. Now, you guys may recognize this lovely young lady on my screen, Rhasha Newkirk from the new TLC show Virgins. She has kept it raw and real on screen with us, and now she is joining us. And thank you so much, Rasha. I cannot wait to get into your journey and all the
Oh,
questions. So,
yes, I'm here for it.
how are you today?
I am doing good today. How about yourself?
I'm good. I'm good. So, now my first question is you have been so open about your weight loss journey and shedding the 80 pounds and how that transformed your life. Can you talk us through how that journey influenced your choice to pursue the show Virgins?
Well, actually, I didn't pursue the show Virgins.
Okay.
The weight loss was something that I was planning to do before the show.
Right, of
So it
course.
didn't have anything to do with that.
Right,
But I decided I was writing in the show. I wrote in TLC because it was after my divorce and I just felt really bad and really low. And I was looking for help to make me feel better and to get my confidence back up. So
right.
I wrote in randomly. I
Okay.
didn't have a show in mind. I didn't know they were doing this show. It was like a 2 year process before I started filming. So
Wow.
I wrote into them and I was just telling them my story and asking for help, like something. I said, I know I'm not 600 pounds. I know I don't qualify for the show that I'm writing into, but somebody help me, please, for my confidence.
Right.
And a whole year went by before they responded to me. And they said, hey, we love your story and we have a new show idea for you. Are you interested? And I was like, okay. And at the time, I don't know if they knew actually all the ins and outs of the show,
Right.
but they, wanted to do something. And I was here for it. And then another year of contracts and stuff, and then we actually started filming. So it was a 2 year process.
Right.
But my weight loss, I was doing that, trying to get that together before the show. But I just let them know that this is something I'm doing, so they included it.
Right. Exactly. Okay.
Mm.
So speaking of your marriage, you described your marriage as a green card relationship and it was never consummated. How did that experience shape your expectations around intimacy?
That shaped my thoughts around intimacy is because my discernment is very strong. My intuition is strong, and I went through that because I ignored those two.
Right.
I wanted to experience something I haven't experienced before. And I was in it genuinely, and he was not. And after months of abuse, and I realized that it wasn't real,
Right.
that he was not, really into it. That's when I had to cut things off. And I realized that's the only reason why he was dealing with me is to get that status.
Wow.
So I had to cut that off, and he went back to where he came from, and I continued on. But it was crazy. It just lets me know that don't ignore your intuition because that's where drama and stuff happens is when you ignore it. So I,
Always
I
have to listen to your gut. I tell that to
always,
everyone. Listen to your gut. Your gut is always right. And I've
always.
learned that the hard way too, girls. So yes,
Hmm.
yes.
Yep.
So you mentioned you only started feeling sexual attractions in your mid-20s,
Mhm.
partially due to confidence issues. How did those early realizations influence how you approach dating?
I just never felt pretty. I never felt like I was enough to guys. Like every time I would like maybe look at a guy or think that he's attractive, I think I would see the look of disgust on their face. Like they were like, "Oh my gosh, let me not make eye contact too long because I don't want her to like me." Like I always felt that. And my weight definitely played a part in it too. And I don't know where it could have come from my childhood. I have both my parents, they of course they had issues what parents don't, but I don't know. Um, but it's just I never felt pretty enough. I never felt enough to guys, for
Right.
them to even so I didn't really like think too much of it until I was like in my 20s, and then I actually seen someone and I was like started feeling those feelings, but it wasn't until my mid 20s.
Yeah. So in your little confessionals, you um emphasize that being a virgin, an adult virgin, is normal. How do you think the show is changing people's perception of adult virgins?
I think it's changing the perception of adult virgins because they're seeing each individual stories and individual um, issues that could arise. Like, Sonali has medical, also is cultural. For me, it's just like, I have to feel if the person is genuine, I have to get my confidence within myself. Alex the same,
Right.
Diana, she may have options, she may want what she want. Like, so each of us have something different. And I think that it is quite normal than people would think. Because I see a lot of people reaching out saying, "Oh my gosh, the representation," and I'm finally feeling seen. It's. I think a lot of people just don't say it because they feel like they may be judged,
Right.
or the other people may not think it's normal or not, and it's just okay. It's just okay to want what you want and to make sure that you feel safe in finding the right person.
Right.
It's okay.
Right. You had said many assume that being an adult virgin that there's something wrong.
hmm
How has your experience, this experience changed that misconception for you personally?
It's I think that it hasn't really changed it too much. 'Cause I still feel like people think that there's something wrong,
Okay.
you know, and it's just not true. It's just like people have morals and values that some people may not or may forget about, you
Right.
know, and it's just what it is. Like I have morals and values and I have standards and I'm not settling, and I don't think somebody should settle
That's
just to be like, okay, I had sex and, society can accept me now. Care about no society accepting me. Like, it's what I want. It's my life and I'm going to get what I deserve,
right. Yeah, girl, you go for it.
you
Exactly.
know?
So now let's talk about your freaky deaky side. So you identify as a submissive and
Mhm.
talked about wanting your partner to manhandle you. What made you open up to the whole BDSM world? And did that surprise anyone close to you?
Um, I would say that, I'm a Scorpio,
Oh,
okay?
okay.
Some of the things I think about Scorpios, we're very passionate. I
Yeah.
think that Scorpios can go two ways. Now, I don't want to start no war, all right? But you got October Scorpios and you got November Scorpios.
Okay.
We're all whores, but I think that November Scorpios, I think November Scorpios we want to be that to one person. We're monogamous. I think October Scorpios are more promiscuous. They're more like, open and fun and, wanting to be out there. But I don't want to start over. That's my opinion.
So
But I
you're
do,
a November Scorpio, let me guess.
yes, November Scorpio, I
So you,
am.
so you want to save your freaky geeky just for one person.
Yes, I do. But now that I'm getting older, I'm thinking that I can also go both ways. So I kind of like am taking my words back because I'm either going to, if I give myself from this time today, put it on the records. If I don't meet my person a year from this date that I'm talking to you, I'm going
Okay.
to have to be in my Samantha era from Sex and the City. I'm going to have to, okay, I'm going to have
Yes,
to, I got two, I can be a
yes,
good
yes.
person or I'm going to have to live my life. So right now, I mean, I can go either way. So I take back my words. I think all Novembers is we're just horse. And, it's just, we're either going to be with one person or we're not.
Oh my God.
So that's
So
why I'm at now.
I want to talk about the little fetish club
Yes.
that you visited. Okay. So so what emotions were brought up by attending the Freaky Deaky Club?
The emotions of curiosity was definitely there because I'm still curious about it. Because if in the past, I'm seeing, hearing stories from my friends, Googling things, 50 Shades,
Yes.
things like
Right.
that. And then me being, a sexual person and, a Scorpio having that passionate. that connected everything to me. I'm just like, okay, well, I kind of like, you know, how this person is portrayed on the screen and how they're being handled. And maybe I like that too. So that's how I put it together.
Okay. Okay. Interesting. Very interesting, girl. That was quite a scene. You look like you were having a ball.
I was having a ball. This whole process has been like a ball. Like I'm just like going with the flow and enjoying it. And because I would not have done any of this without production. Like I'd just be still in my room, looking at the walls, and they really took me out my comfort zone. And I was happy because I know that you can't grow if you're still comfortable. Uncomfortability equals growth. So I was here for it, and I'm very happy I did it.
Exactly. So how was the filming experience for you in general?
The filming experience for me was really good. I don't have any complaints at all. I definitely, was out of my comfort zone a little bit, but I didn't have any reaction to it, but in the mind of gratefulness. That's how I took it in the
Right.
mind of gratefulness, because I still am in a better place, you know, mentally, and I just feel like it was a blessing. So I don't want to have them feel like I'm coming off any kind of way, or I mean, like I still have my values and I still have my standards,
Right.
and they never went across it.
Right.
But they always told me, if there's something that's too much for you, Rhasha, let me know. Let us know. So they always said that. So
That is great.
it was good. I have no complaints at all through the whole filming process.
That is fantastic.
Hmm.
Okay, so you shared that at one point you could be chatting to 10 to 15 guys at the same time online. To have many of them just to disappear on you.
Hmm.
Or what were those digital dating experiences like? And did any particular one stand out to you?
Um, they were all, now that I think back of it, they all were pretty much the same. I think that dating apps are like a pool of just guys who just want to have sex. I don't think that there's anyone in the dating apps that are the quality of man that I'm looking for. So I experienced that, and I think I'm like kind of done with dating apps. I think if I was to want to go a route of going outside of, meeting in person, I would probably get a matchmaker,
Right,
because that shows me that a guy is willing to invest in a good thing.
right.
So he'd be serious about it. But the dating apps, they all seem the same. Like it's just nobody really stood out to like, really something real to me. So they all were pretty much the same.
Would you consider dating somebody outside of the United States? Okay.
No, Lee, I got my passport. I'm ready. Like,
Okay.
and I want to date anybody who wants to date me.
We
Like, who
could
wants
we
to,
could sign you up for Match Me Abroad, girl. Same
okay,
network.
let's go.
TLC, are you listening? Match Me Abroad for Rasha.
I'm
Hook her
so
up with a
ready.
matchmaker and send her overseas to find her man.
Right. Like I'm so ready. Like I'm the whole world. I'm open.
Definitely. Okay, so your family has been so supportive of you. How important was their support in empowering you to share your journey?
Their support was, in the beginning they were kind of nervous because my mom was like, I don't want all these people in my house and this and that. Um, and then my sister, she was kind of nervous as well. But they ultimately want me to be happy, so they were on board with it after they found out everything was real and true.
Right.
They've just been really supportive of it, and they're open to whatever it is. They know the real me, and they know I'm not going to just jump into sex like that. I actually have to know somebody and feel comfortable. So,
Okay.
they just want me to experience it and be happy with it, and they're happy with it.
Your mom's reaction to you going to the resort was priceless. I just want to say I love that.
Oh my God, she is a
But that she's
character.
so supportive at the same time.
Yes,
She was
yes.
shocked, but she was so supportive, and I love that.
Yeah, she's very conservative, and but
Yes,
she's open to, me being happy. She wants me to be happy and
exactly. She's
experience.
like, Rasha, you're a grown woman.
And
Like, get
I gotta
ground.
remind her sometimes.
Yeah, we do have to do that with our parents sometimes.
Hmm.
Find them you're grown. So,
Yes.
for people who feel stuck in similar situations, whether it be a divorce, self-esteem issues, what
Mhm.
advice would you most want to share with them?
Um, that is a good question because I actually have an ex-friend
Okay.
and we had the same situation. She was married to a guy, overseas, same situation, mine's overseas, but we both handle it differently.
Right.
She handled it, she was, going, fighting the girl, this and that, got some legal cases, court case. She did it that way. I was strategic with mine.
Okay.
That's where my gears started turning. I'm like, okay, so I know this man could possibly be violent. So what do I need to do? I need to do this, that, doing all kind of math calculations, because I said I don't want to catch no case. There's no reason for me to catch a case. I just need to look at the situation. So I think if anybody is in the situation that I was in, where you want to find love, they're into this whole marriage thing for a green card, and you figure that out. The whole thing behind it is you have to check your self-worth. That's where it began with. You're
Right.
trying to find love outside of yourself, and you're never going to find love outside of yourself. You need to find love within yourself and then find someone to help you love you better. You know what I'm saying? That's what I learned anyway.
Yeah.
So my thing, well, first, as anybody's in this situation, is to look at your self-worth. Do you think that you are worth more than what you're dealing with? Do you think that person is treating you how you deserve to be treated? And if not, then you need to take the proper steps to delete that, to end that situation and be strategic about it. Don't be mad. Don't go in there angry. Don't show your ass. Be worth it. Your nothing is worth more than your freedom. You know what I'm saying?
Oh,
So
yes.
just go through it that way. Look at your self-worth and figure out if your worth is more than how you're feeling, and then that's how you handle it, you
Exactly.
know. I didn't have self-worth or self-love at that time. I was really low. I was super overweight, I didn't feel good about myself, and I was just accepting it just to say, okay, somebody's in my life. Absolutely not. And I
Were
grew a lot from that experience.
afraid of him also? Like, was there some fear that if you tried to leave him, he would try to do something to you or
Absolutely. And that was the time. I don't think they put this inside the show. My sister, she's going through some mental issues. I have two other sisters, not Jessica, but another one.
right,
And at the time, I also had to take on my niece because, she was going through her thing.
right,
So my niece came in around that same time, and he was very upset. He was like, she was 13 at the time, and he wanted her to sleep in the car. And I was like, she's 13 years old. I said, we're not sleeping in the same room. You have the living room. I have the bedroom. Why are you worrying about who's in my bed? If she's a family, she's a child, and my family need me for this. And he was upset about that. And I feel that if she didn't come in at that time, it would have been easier for him to hurt me. And he was upset that she had came in and stopped that. That's what I feel anyway. And it was a very intense situation, but I think it was a blessing that I had to take on all of this,
right,
for my safety as well.
right.
So that's what that was as well. I had a lot on my plate at that time, but I think that he definitely would have did something or tried to hurt me if that situation didn't happen as well.
Goodness, Rhasha. I am, what they say, everything happens for a reason. We may not
Mm-hmm.
end it at the time, but
Yeah.
everything happens for a reason.
Yes.
How would you say therapy has helped you?
Therapy has helped me to also understand that I'm not perfect and that I have red flags as well, and that I possibly could be holding the experience against other people. Like I always fear that what if this person doesn't really like me, or they're not really interested, or they're just trying to, be this perfect person just to have sex with me. I don't never feel that it's real. So I'm having this feeling of always protecting myself, and I think that could hinder the right person from coming in because, how many blocks do I have up? You know, still be cautious, still have your boundaries, but don't be so tight with it. And so that's what I'm learning. So therapy taught me that.
So, what do you think when you watch yourself on TV, watching back the episodes?
I think that TLC did an excellent job on portraying my personality and who I am.
Okay,
The edits are funny. It's really who I am. Like if I don't know you, I'm kind of, shy and a little reserved. But
right.
once I feel comfortable around you, that's my personality. That's really me, what you see on the screen.
Rhasha
I,
comes out. full force. We got full force,
Right.
Rhasha.
Oh my gosh. I'm just a happy person. My parents, they always tell me when I was a baby, I was a happy person. Like I'm just a happy person and I like to always feel happy. So that's really me on the screen and they did an excellent job of portraying me. Like
That is fantastic. So, have you seen any social media feedback about the show?
I have. I am incognito in Reddit because like they told me not to read the comments, but I just can't help myself. So a lot of it is good and like a handful is not so good. I feel like a lot of the hate that I've read about the show in general comes from other women
Yes.
and for me, I like at first I'm just like, why, what is like wrong with someone being a virgin at this age? Why is it something wrong? And I'm like, well, sometimes, there'd just be some haters, like just because they didn't make better coochie decisions and they mad, what I'm saying? Like, don't be mad at me, sis. Okay? Like, don't
Yeah,
be,
don't
saying
be
someone
mad at me because, Big
right, I'm
Purr,
saying?
good old
Crazy
Big
work.
Purr here, gonna
Right.
pass
You
the
know what I'm
test,
saying?
you know?
Right. It's crazy work, but it's very small. A lot of it and a lot of the emails that I get are encouragement and inspiration and me too's and it's mostly that. So I'm so grateful for that. And it makes me feel so good that I can be that for these people.
That's
But it's
good.
mostly
That's
good.
good. Yes, because I've been reading mostly positive comments about the show.
Yeah.
Fans really love you and how you just put it all out there. I mean, that scene where you were hanging from the ceiling. I mean, we all loved it. But unfortunately, there can be haters out there. So I was
Yeah.
hoping, yeah. Have you seen any misconceptions about yourself out there that you want to clear up that you read and you're like, wait a second, what the hell?
Misconceptions. I have not read any misconceptions. A lot of people are saying, oh, she's ready to do this. Yeah, I am. I am with the right person, but they always include with the right person, and that's
Right.
true.
Right.
But I have not read any misconceptions about me. I haven't.
Okay. Okay. So what are you most excited about exploring next? Whether it be new experiences, creative endeavors, what's on the horizon for you?
Well, I let them know that, listen, I don't mind having my own show. I think Miss Whitney, Big Fat Fabulous Life needs some healthy competition. I don't mind that. Okay. TLC, if you're watching, I don't mind that at all. I want to definitely also write a book, you
Okay.
know, and just really get into the details of my life and maybe try to figure out where some things started. I definitely want to get my business more out there. I got that going. I want to, just like so many things. I want to travel more. I just want to just be all up in it, just a lot. Everything I'm here for. Everything that's meant for me, I'm here for it.
Before I forget to ask you, how did you come up with the nickname Big Purr? That cracked me up. I
You know,
died.
you know what? I heard someone else call theirs that, and I thought it was cool because I originally was going to say Big Moose, but I think Big Purr is more digestible. So that's why I went with that. But I think that was more digestible. But
Yes, yes. Big Purr is a lot better than Big Moose. I agree. Oh my goodness, Rhasha, you correct me up. So before I let you go, do you have a final message for the fans?
the final message for the fans is I just want to say I love you guys so much. Thank you so much for your support. And I'm so happy that if I am a representation for you, that I am that person. I'm so happy. The only thing I can say is definitely, as my brand is, be authentic and be yourself. And that's the highest form of frequency. And everything that is yours is going to be yours in due time.
Yes. And TLC, Match Me Abroad or a spinoff for Rasha? Just saying. Just saying. Thank you so much, girl, for joining me.
Oh, you're
Thank you,
welcome.
everybody, for watching us. And don't forget, Virgins on TLC, Monday nights, in between Hunt for Love and Between the Sheets, Hunt for Love.
Yes.
So Check it out next day on Max. Don't forget. Thank you
Yay!
so much, Rhasha. Thank you,
Thank
everybody.
you.
Have a great day.